Hey guys, Jay here, Wood Pigeon Outdoors. Great to see you all again. We are February, so that means part 2 of the 12 by 12 challenge. We are hiking into the location, and it should be a good time. If you guys don't know what the 12 by 12 is, it's 12 overnighters, one overnighter per month for the year. We are February, so part 2. All right, so stay tuned. We got bunk beds.
Or we can both sleep down, like...
I get top bunk. Welcome to the Four Season tent. We have hiked in, and there you go. Sorry, hair's a mess. We'll give you guys a tour. Well guys, I think Jill's becoming a little bit of a firebug ever since she learned how to do the feather sticking, using the flint and steel and all that stuff. She's been wanting to start the fires. She started this one, and now she's out there and she has a fire going. So we're gonna go join her and see how she's doing. Another fire.
It's going so much faster. She was already teeming and everything. It might catch on fire though.
You're turning into a firebug.
Yeah.
The sun's set, still 7 o'clock at night, so we're going to be doing some hide glue. So basically what hide glue is another form of woodsman's glue used from a raw hide of a deer or whatever animal that you happen to harvest it and flesh everything off, and then you end up with raw hide once it's dry. What you want to do is, I've already pre-done, is cut up these strips, cut up your hide into strips, little bits. It helps break down the enzymes of the hide, so it turns it into glue. What you need for this project is a container for the end to put the glue in, a container to boil everything in. I'm going to need your rawhide. In this case, I'm using leftover deer rawhide. You're going to need some water, and yeah, pretty much it. It's very simple. Once you get your rawhide all cut up, you're going to take your can, or a container, pot, whatever it is you're going to boil everything down in. This is an old tin from earlier on in the day. There we go, just throwing in the pieces there, maybe this one, just like that, right? Put everything in. You could also use one of those dog bones, the rawhide dog bones, to make this, and I'll do the same thing. Take the water, if I could open this up, and pour it in, and let that set for a few minutes so it hydrates the rawhide. So now that it's hydrated, all we gotta do is put this over onto the fire. And if you're using a normal campfire outside, you could just put it next to the coals and wait till it starts boiling up. There you go. So it is starting to heat up and boil. Alright guys, so she's just putting some fresh snow on so we could melt it down. Here is the stuff, and you kind of want to just check it, make sure it's not overly cooked. All right, And then right there on the stick, you can see it's a little bit fuming. You want to touch it, and you'll feel it start to be a little bit sticky. It out so all the enzymes that makes the glue is ready to be poured out. We got a stir stick and a little another piece of wood. So when we pour the liquid into another vessel, so this one's just an empty can, we don't want the chunks falling in. That's why we got one of these. So let's do that now. There we go. That's a little bit better. So we're gonna want to grab the can and just pour out the liquid. Try to keep the other bits and bobs in there. So everything else, I don't know if you can see that. There we go. Everything else is in there that you can get dispose of, and what you're left with is the liquid. So just to show you, there you go. And so now that we rendered everything down, it's still hot. And while it's still hot, you want to pour it into your tin. Pour it into the tin, just like that. And then we're going to let this cool and solidify overnight, and we'll get back to you in the morning. Alright, so now that we put that out, we're going to let that cool till the morning. And I still have a bunch in here, but I don't have a big enough container, so I'm just going to leave it in here. And then once we get home, I'll be able to break it down and put it into another container. Alright, so we'll catch you in the morning and show you what it looks like. Good morning, guys. Got the coffee going and it has gelled. So basically how you use this, it's like a typical hot glue. You heat up your tin, and then you take a stick and put it on to whatever it is you need to glue together. This could be used from anything from helping fleshing your arrows or anything you really need to glue together. It's a strong glue. It's almost like a glue stick. So hope this is informative for you guys. And until next time, stay safe out there. Cheers.